Oh, Nada, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
I'm Abbie. I'm the president of the Waterloo Undergraduate Student Association, and I guess my annual plan goal that I'm most excited about, Alana and I are going to be taking a look at some of the space agreements across campus, trying to figure out how we can better use student space and which student spaces students should have access to. So very excited about that part. We're going to kick that off in the winter term, so it's going to be great. Another thing that I've been working on that has been making me really excited is working with the university on orientation and trying to get more student leadership in orientation and working with our team to improve the student experience as a whole. So excited to be working on that, as orientation is very near and dear to my heart.
Hello, for anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Megan. I am the Vice President Education for the Waterloo Undergraduate Student Association. You'll have to pardon me, I'm just finishing up my dinner here because I was getting hungry after work. But in terms of my annual plan goals, one thing that I'm working really hard on right now is how our academics are looking with this mostly online term.
Hi everyone, I'm Alana, and I'm the Vice President of Operations and Finance for this year. Like Abbie said, we're going to take a look at student spaces on campus, but one that I'm really excited about is the bomber space, and we're currently working on some architectural designs to show you guys and see what you think about it. So that's probably the most exciting thing for me this year.
Hi, I'm Nada, and I'm your Vice President of Student Life. I'm currently in this weird stage between my third and fourth year of biomedical sciences. And an annual goal that I'm really excited about, I would say I'm really excited about the race-based data goal, especially that we're getting things started on that one with the equity office. So pretty excited to see what comes out of that and to see actual results and accountability from both the university side and from our side. So yeah, looking forward to that.
So the first question that I'm seeing here is, how will WUSA ensure UW is transparent with their finances since our tuition fees remain the same? Where is our money going? So actually, just as recently as today, I've been having conversations with the university about sharing that information. I'll give you a little bit of a background of how we've been asking for this information. So in the spring term, this actually came up at one of our council meetings. So a counselor brought this forward kind of just as a question about how, if it's possible to find this type of information. So myself and the Senator at Large, Sabrina, went and talked to some university admin about finding this information. We actually found that a lot of information was available on the website, but then actually at the last meeting of the Committee of Presidents, this actually came up again. People wanted to know a little bit more local information, so by their department or by their faculty on what is happening. I heard that information and I took it to Chris, and we're now actively having conversations with other people within the university who have access to this information and who can make it more accessible to students. So Chris and I will actually be working very closely together to make this information more accessible. And I'll be bringing that again to Council and the Committee of Presidents as a follow-up item, and we're hoping to put that up on WUSA's news page as well. So definitely stay tuned. We really want to make this information more available to all of our students. The next question is, I felt dissatisfied with my instructors' direct contributions to my learning this term in relation to tuition costs. How can I voice these opinions in a meaningful way outside of the end of term evaluations?
There is the WUSA survey on teaching and course quality that we're running right now. So this is a great way to give some really tangible feedback to WUSA, which we will then pass on to all the faculty associate deans. And at the end of that survey, there is also an option to link to a second survey where you can voice your concerns about a specific course. So if there's a specific course where you feel like the instructor could be doing more to support your learning, I would definitely encourage you to fill out the survey and then go to that second survey at the end where you can write down that specific course, and then we'll do our best to share the feedback that we receive directly with that instructor, so that very hopefully they can at least make some changes in the fall term, if not improving for the winter term. So that would be my suggestion, is to please fill out our survey and let us know what you're experiencing, so that we can work to help you. If you have a specific concern, you can also send me an email at vped@wusa.ca.
Will the summer 2021 term be online?
It seems like the university is still really trying to figure out what the winter term is going to look like. If you wanted to take my best guess, I would speculate that winter 2021 will be primarily online. But one of the key goals of the university as we're switching to remote delivery is that people's academic progression is not delayed. So if there is like some sort of in-person lab or practicum or design project that can only be done in person, some of those have been pushed off by a term or two in order to allow for the pandemic to run its course. But as we spend more and more terms online, I think that we should expect to see the faculties bringing more of those like mandatory in-person activities back on campus, so that students' academic progression isn't delayed. So the short answer is we have no idea yet, but given the global pandemic, probably.
Can we please have an update on giving students more control over the fees that they pay?
We are in the process of doing a fee review, which basically means that we're going to assess all of the fees, their optional mandatory status, and whether they should be that way or not. So the first step we're doing is we're taking a survey to certain stakeholders on campus to get their insight on the fees, what they think they'd be, whether they should be optional or mandatory, just information like. And then the next step is to get feedback from students on campus, and then hopefully do a large-scale, high-level analysis of what fees are paid, how they should be structured, and whether they should be optional, mandatory, whatnot, just based on all the feedback that we've received. And that's underway right now. I'm hoping that we can get to the student consultation part of that sometime this term.
Any updates on the efforts regarding a referendum on making raise and other fees optional, both from Students' Council and otherwise?
Counselors haven't received conclusive feedback that points to students wanting the fee to go one way or another. So we're trying to take our time here and doing the fee review that Alana is working on and keeping in constant communication.
Please make sure that you're also reaching out to your counselors to voice your opinion and your concerns, because that's a really good outlet for us as well to collect constituency feedback. How can members get involved in WUSA's governance? So very exciting. This month, nominations for executive positions, council and Senate positions are going up on vote.wusa.ca. So we're very excited. There'll be people running for us, or our positions, running for the Senate. So Senate actually works very closely with the university's bodies and committees. So that's a very important role. And then council is more of like our legislative body of WUSA, and they have a lot of control over advocacy, they listen to their constituents and bring things forward to the executive to action on. So that's a very, very important role within our organization. We really look forward to people getting involved and spending more time with our council. So that's definitely some ways that you can get involved. Obviously, elections are going to look a little different this year. So other ways to get involved in WUSA's governance, a lot of our committees have at-large membership. Committee membership normally opens up at the May council meeting at the beginning of the governing year, but there's always opportunities to join committees if they're created throughout the year. And we promote a lot of those through our council mailing list and out through our constituency societies. So that's Definitely one way to get involved is to reach out to your society and see if there are any opportunities available there, or if they know of any opportunities available at WUSA. Leads and on our website, wusa.ca/opportunities, gives you an idea of some of the jobs and opportunities available within our governance, because our commissioner roles that sometimes pop up as created by Students' Council go up on Leads and on our website as well. So there's a lot of different ways to get involved in our governance structures. Sometimes it's hard to find wins when all around you there's a lot of losses. So I'm wondering if any of the executive wanted to talk a little bit more about some of those wins that we've been able to see this year and some of the work that we've done.
Yeah, okay, I guess I'll start with that rundown. So WUSA, the Waterloo Undergraduate Student Association, is a part of two external advocacy organizations, the Ontario Undergraduate Student Alliance, which is pronounced WUSA, not to be confused with WUSA, and the Undergraduates of Canadian Research Intensive Universities, or UCRU. So WUSA obviously operates on a provincial level, while UCRU operates on a federal level. So we've actually had two super exciting announcements in both the federal and the provincial sphere this week. So on the federal side, we got the very, very welcome news that international students are now more easily able to get back into Canada as long as they have a 14-day quarantine plan, when previously the government was only allowing international students to return to Canada if it was kind of essential for their studies that they be here. So this was something that UCRU had been thinking a lot about and working really hard on. We had written a couple letters to Minister Mendicino's office, and I'm going to get this wrong, but I think Minister Mendicino is the Minister of Immigration. I'm gonna Google this while I keep talking. So that was really in line with things that we were asking for. So really great to hear that one. And then the second thing was Minister of Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship. So the minister that is responsible for all things related to international students. And then the second milestone that we had this week was from the provincial government. So the provincial government announced a multi-million-dollar investment in post-secondary students' mental health, which included a $3 million increase from their investment last year. And this included investments in programs like mental health grants that are available to institutions. So our own campus wellness would be able to apply for these grants to improve mental health services on campus, as well as an investment in some research and knowledge sharing through another provincial organization that we were asking for through our work with the Ontario Undergraduate Student Alliance. So it's been a really exciting week for external advocacy, and as we're ramping up for our student advocacy weeks in November, where we'll be meeting with, I think UCRU met with 75 politicians last year, and WUSA would have been similar. So expect me to be in an ungodly number of meetings in November, but there we'll have the opportunity to talk to government about the things that students really need right now, especially related to COVID-19.
Another thing that came out of that I got to learn a lot about, that Megan and I are starting to have some conversations about, the region is really pushing for all-day two-way GO service to Toronto. So we actually think that will be incredibly beneficial for our students. So we're going to start joining, that would be Guelph, Waterloo, Kitchener, and Cambridge, and the surrounding areas in their fight for all-day two-way GO. It looks like the minister was very impressed, and actually I did a tally, and about 12 separate presentations brought that up. So I think with the amount of push that's happening, we'll be able to kind of jump on that. I know we didn't get to see you, so sometimes it feels like we're just like up here having a conversation, but we really do appreciate you listening and getting more engaged with your student association. And if you did want to learn more about ways that you can become us, or just be involved in general and have some opportunities to make some big decisions on behalf of the student body, please send us an email. We would love to connect with you and have some conversations about some of the things that you'd like to see on campus and the best way to get there.
Awesome. Okay.
I guess that's it.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for coming.
Bye, everybody.
Nada, you might be muted.
Not sure if she can hear us.
Can Can you hear us, Nada?
I don't think she can hear us.
No. Can you hear us? No. Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay.
You're muted.
You're muted, Nada. Can you hear us though?